All right, we're on week 6 now. Last week was just pure chaos. I don't even know how to describe what happened, but you can tell it was chaos because I went 7 for 7 in my picks. Clearly the worst week I've had thus far, and to go over the games I got wrong, I picked the Rams over the Niners, the Giants over the Saints, the Eagles over the Broncos, the Cardinals over the Titans, the Seahawks over the Bucks, the Chargers over the Commanders, and the Bills over the Patriots. Those are the 7 I got wrong. Golly. And this week, only 2 teams on a bye, the Vikings and the Texans are on a bye week this week, which feels a little unfair because the Browns were just in London, but I guess the world hates them. But alright, starting with Thursday Night Football this week, we have Eagles at Giants. Both of these teams lost last week in what I'm going to say upsets. Jackson Dart, the type of guy to beat the Chargers but not the Saints, but I don't think he's going to have much luck here. I'm picking the Eagles to beat the Giants on the road on Thursday Night Football. Hopefully it's a good game. To be honest, these primetime games have kind of been bangers. Last week's Monday night ones kind of stank. This week's primetime games were awesome, so hopefully that continues. You know a game that won't be awesome, though? This one. We have Broncos at Jets in London. Once again, the British people get the worst games possible, okay? The NFL absolutely hates them. I don't know why. But yeah, the Jets are the only winless team in the league, and I think they are going to continue to be. I think the Broncos are going to beat them in London pretty convincingly. This should be pretty sad for them. Next up, actually, like, a really good game. It might be like the best of the week. Maybe not. I don't know. This is the one I struggled with the most. But it is Seahawks at Jaguars. The Seahawks lost a close one last week against the Bucks, and the Jaguars beat the Chiefs. I don't know if you want to call it an upset. I thought they would win, but I guess a lot of people didn't think they would. The Jaguars' defense is pretty nasty, which is why I was going to go with them, but I have now decided to go with the Seahawks. I just think their offense is better than Jacksonville's, and their defense isn't, but it's good enough to make up for the slack. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Seahawks are going to win on the road. And so far, I've only picked road teams. And that's not going to change here. Next up, Chargers at Dolphins. The Dolphins have the worst defense ever, and the Chargers are okay. So I'm picking them to beat the Dolphins on the road. Justin Herbert is about to look like God. Okay, if they lose this game, I don't even know what to think anymore. But I do think they will beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins are, just not a great roster. And speaking of a bad defense, next up we have Rams at Ravens. Both teams lost last week. The Rams lost to the 49ers B team somehow. That game was awesome. Okay, I love Mac Jones. Shout out. And the Ravens, everyone's hurt, but even if they weren't, I think their coaches are terrible, okay? Zach Orr stinks. So I'm picking the Rams to beat the Ravens here. It's going to be like 50-10. Watch. Next up, Cardinals at Colts. The Cardinals lost to the Tennessee Titans. Oh boy, that is rough. And the Colts destroyed the Raiders. I'm not surprised. And I'm actually going to pick my first home team of the day here. I'm picking the Colts to beat the Cardinals. They're just a better team. The Cardinals, a little inconsistent. Kyler Murray is not him. I can tell you that. He's just, I don't know how he's bad, but he is. Like, it's like weird to explain. But yeah, I think the Colts will win pretty convincingly. I don't know if it'll be very close. Next up, kind of the battle of stinkers, but there's definitely a clear winner. We have Cowboys at Panthers. Cowboys have a pretty bad defense, I think, but their offense is insane. They put up like 40 points a game. It's insane. And the Panthers beat the Dolphins in kind of a close one, to be honest. But I think the Cowboys are going to win. And here's my thought process, right? I think the Cowboys' defense is pretty bad, like I said. But their offense, I think they can score every drive against the Panthers. And I think the Cowboys' defense is good enough to stop the Panthers of once or twice. So I'm picking the Cowboys to win just by brute force here. They're just going to keep throwing touchdowns over and over and over again. All right, next up, Patriots at Saints. The Patriots upset the Bills, and the Saints upset the Giants last week. This sounds weird to say, but the Saints remind me of the 2021 Lions in Dan Campbell's first year, where like we never won games, but we rarely got smoked by people. You know what I mean? Like, we would never win any games, but we'd put up points. Like, it'd be respectable, you know? However, I don't think I don't think they're going to do enough to beat the Patriots here. The Patriots are a lot better than I have given them credit for over these first 5 weeks. So I'm finally going to give them some credit here. I'm going to pick them to beat the Saints on the road. Their team is clearly better. I didn't even know, I guess Stephon Diggs wasn't playing the first couple weeks. I don't know. Is that even right? I don't know. Either way, he popped off against the Bills. And he might do that again against the Saints. And even if he doesn't, I think they should win. The only thing with the Patriots, Travion Henderson must have, cheated on his wife or something. He just hates that guy for some reason. I don't know why. Next up, we got, I don't know. This game feels like a stinker. We have Browns at Steelers. This is a weird one. The Steelers off a bye week, and the Browns, I think, have a case to prove that the NFL just hates them, right? I swear every team, coming off of a game overseas in London or whatever in Europe, gets a bye week. The Browns don't. You know what I mean? The NFL is just screw you, Cleveland. You play next week. What are we doing? That's actually evil. Now they have to come back and play the Steelers. I think Dylan Gabriel is an upgrade over Joe Flacco. Gabriel I can actually see him winning them some games. I don't know. And that defense, if they can just not lose morale in the second half, they could actually pull through with some games. But not this one. I'm picking the Steelers. Steelers off a bye week, fully charged up, better team. Their defense has not been what it was in week 1. It's been pretty good. So I'm going to pick them to beat the Browns at home. Next up, the Poo Bowl, the Toilet Bowl. We have Titans at Raiders. The Titans got a win against the Cardinals last week. It was kind of scuffed. I think the Cardinals gave them the win, we'll say, and the Raiders got smoked. Look, here's my take. The Raiders are the worst team in the league. Okay, people might disagree. They are actually terrible. Their roster isn't awful. Okay, the Jets are bad. Their roster's pretty bad. The Raiders are bad. They, on paper, shouldn't be that bad. They shouldn't be as bad as they are, which is why I think they will lose to the Titans. I am picking the Tennessee Titans to win a game. We are so back, ladies and gentlemen. I think the Titans have a better defense, and they have a chance to win, okay? They might get smoked. I might look like an idiot, but I want to hope. I want Cam Ward to be happy. So I'm going to pick the Titans to win. Next up, 49ers at Buccaneers. Mac Jones, there might be a case he should be starting over Purdy right now. I mean, at the very least, they should wait until Purdy is 100%, right? If it's one of those situations where it's he's not fully ready, but he can go, just sit him. It's not needed. You know what I mean? Stinking McCorkle Jones can carry the ship here. However, I think they're going to have a tough time against Tampa. Tampa is probably top 3 team in the NFC in my opinion, and they're playing the Niners at home, so I'm going to pick Tampa to beat the Niners here. Just more consistency over there, and I feel like that Niners game, I don't want to call it a fluke because they are good, but I think this is a different challenge. I think it's different when you go up against someone in division, you know what I mean? So I think they're going to struggle a little bit against the Bucs. Next up, Bengals-Packers. I don't know if I even need to talk about this. The Bengals, stinking Jake Browning must have took stupid pills in the offseason because he wasn't bad when he had to step in 2021. He is awful this year. It's actually terrible. And to make matters worse, he has to play the Packers, who have a pretty good defense, in my opinion. And I think the Packers are gonna beat them at home. And I don't think it's going to be very close. All right, now we got my team. Sunday Night Football, prime time. We have Lions at Chiefs. You know me, every week I pick the Lions to win, but it's not that simple. Obviously I'm picking them again this week. I'm going to do it every week. This is going to be a very difficult game, okay? We are down both starting quarterbacks against Patrick Mahomes. Oh, God. You know what I mean? Oh, God. And on top of that, Taylor Decker's been out. We have a backup left tackle who is terrible, okay? It was his first start against the Bengals, and they did have him lining up against Trey Hendrickson sometimes, but holy guacamole, that dude was pretty bad. So I can't say that I'm not worried about this game, and I can't say that I don't think it'll be, I can't say that I think it'll be a cakewalk. It's going to be very difficult to win. But I got to back my team. You know what I look forward to in this game? I just want to see a Travis Kelce crash out. That's all I'm looking for. I would love to win, obviously, but as long as we get that and it's like a decent game, I won't be that upset, because we're a little hurt right now. All right, now we have one of two Monday Night Football doubleheaders. I don't know why they do these. It's a little frustrating, but first one is Bills at Falcons. The Bills lost against the Patriots, which was shocking to me. And the Falcons, were they in a bye? I don't think they played this week. I think they were on a bye. So, yeah, Falcons coming off the bye, Bills coming off a loss. I think the Bills are going to be a little hungry to win, and I think they will win here. Once again, for me, this just comes down to I think they have a better roster than the Falcons, and they're going to be, losing kind of motivates you a little bit, I think, when you're a good team. So I think they're gonna get their get back on Monday Night Football against the Falcons. All right, and then the last game of the week, some flashbacks here. Bears at Commanders. Remember what happened last time the Bears played at the Commanders Stadium? Do you remember the Hail Mary? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, last week I didn't pick the Commanders to beat the Chargers because I did not know Jayden Daniels was back. But now that I know that, I'm picking them to beat the Bears. The Bears have a pretty bad defense, and their offense has been okay, but once again, it's one of those things where it's like they need to play complementary football, and I feel like they're going to be down 20 points at the half, and they're just not going to be able to catch back up. So I'm going to pick the Commanders to win. And there you go. Those are my picks for this week. Hopefully I do better. Last week, 7 for 7. Still have not had a losing record anytime this week, this season so far. So that's good. But, I would really like to do well this week, and I'm really just chasing for a perfect predicted week. So hopefully that's this week, but probably not going to happen. We'll see.